decade. Honestly, the PhD I chose was an applied one.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was an applied one.
Fantastic.
And George Washington
And you're putting it to use.
Yes, as applied. I ran away from the most theoretical one. I went to applied one, which I like. I like doing things. I like to implement
practical.
things.
Sensor.
Hello, or should I say, g'day, and welcome to the 76th International Astronautical Congress right here in spectacular Sydney. From the Nullarbor to Nebulas, Sydney to the stars, we are so pumped to have you here in Australia and for this glistening harbour city to become the centre of the universe for 1 week. We know it's a big trip for most of you, and we are so thankful to you all for making the journey from around the world. But we promise we are going to make it worth it for you.
1957. It felt like the centre of the universe.
At the Woomera Rocket Range in Australia, 3 successes for Blue Streak. 3 launches, all perfect. Blue Streak is to be the booster section of a 3-stage rocket to put a satellite into orbit.
In 1967, Australia built RESAT-1 and became one of the first nations to launch its own satellite. Just a few years later, another Aussie satellite went to space, this time from the USA. Australis Oscar 5 was developed by a group of university mates and became one of the most advanced amateur radio satellites of the time.
Hello, I'm Heather Milhench. I was a human computer from 1960 until 1963 at the Weapons Research Establishment's Satellite Centre, known as SATCEN, located at Salisbury, near Adelaide. Our team of 4 SATCEN girls, and we were just young women not long out of school, calculated satellite passes over Australia to help the citizen scientists of the Moonwatch groups around the country make their satellite observations. We were just a small part of Australia's hidden figures, women who did the heavy number-crunching work for WRE's defence and space research activities at Salisbury and at Woomera Rocket Range, at a time when electronic computers filled the entire rooms. At the dawn of the space age, Woomera was the heart of space research in Australia, and human computers played a vital role in supporting Australian and international space projects conducted there. I'm proud to have played a part in this work. My name is Heather Milhens, and I'm part of Australia's space history.
Wow.
I'm Dr. Owen Nace, part of the team of students from the University of Melbourne who designed and built Australis Oscar 5, the first satellite built in Australia. In 1965, we decided to have a go at building an amateur radio satellite. After tracking early satellites, including Project Oscar, launched by the American radio hams. I have one of our team members, Richard, in the audience here today. Now, I should say that the Cold War meant we had virtually no information about space, and so everything was done from first principles. We had very little money, so we made do with things with all sorts of ways. Steel measuring tape for antennas, bed springs to push the satellite away from the carrier rocket. Australis was built and delivered in June 1967, but we had to wait until 1970 to hitch a ride with a NASA launch. Thank you, NASA. It's a long story, but I'm proud to say that the team wasn't deterred. I went on to a career in the space sector. Please have a look at the Australis full-scale model in the Australian Space Agency stand. My name is Dr. Owen Nace, and I'm part of Australia's space history.
Wow.
Well, good morning, everybody. As others have said, I wish I could see all of you because the energy in this room, in this conference centre and around Sydney with so many of you travelling such distances to join us is truly astonishing. After that beautiful, very beautiful ceremony to welcome us here to Gadigal land, I'd like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the lands we meet on. And I'd like to pay my respects to their elders, past and present and emerging, and to all First Nations people.
In astronautics. Asanda, would you do the honor of telling us who the winner is this year?
As Vice President of the International Astronautical Federation, it is my great honor to announce that the World Space Award for 2025 in the individual category goes to Jeff Bezos! award, we are pleased to welcome on stage Mr. Phil Joyce, Senior Vice President for New Shepherd, on behalf of Mr. Bezos.
Now the stage is yours, Mr. Joyce, to say a few words.
Thank you. I'm clearly not Jeff Bezos. He asked me to express his sincere regret for not being able to be here in Sydney and his sincere gratitude to the IAF and to all of you who are continuing the great mission of space exploration. As you may know, Jeff has had a passion for space exploration since he was a child. The vision of Blue Origin is bold. It's millions of people living and working in space for the benefit of Earth. That vision is not inevitable. It will be created by the hard work of everyone in this room and to the next generation of explorers and astronauts whose accomplishments we can't even imagine.
Success. Of course, we all know that the greatest achievement in space are rarely the result of a single individual. They're born of teamwork, collaboration, and perseverance. And that's why we are also celebrating today the World Space Award Team category. Asanda, would you please announce the winner?
I'm honored to announce that the World Space Award for 2025 in the team category goes to the Change G6 mission! Welcome Mr. Hu Ha, the chief designer of China's Change G6 mission.
The floor is yours, Mr. Ha.
尊敬的女士们、先生们，感谢大会主席对我们的奖项，也感谢我们国际同行对我们嫦娥6号工程的认可。 更感谢我们的团队团结合作取得的这一历史性的成就。
Dear ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, thank you, Mr. President and Vice President of International Astronautical Federation. We appreciate the international recognition of Chang'e 6 mission, and I would like to thank our sincere partners who participating in the international payload PGBACs. Most importantly, I'd like to thank all the colleagues in our teams, adding more success to this mission.
探索宇宙奥秘，增进人类福祉，是我们的梦想。通过航天科技的发展，愿我们携手共进，共同创造更美好的未来。谢谢大家。
Exploring the universe, enhancing human well-being is our stopless dream to pursue together. We hope with our joint hands, the space technology will better serve a bright future for all humanity. Thank you very much.
And I was the first Australian to go to space. Before I really get started though, I want to congratulate the IAC. When you think about it, it's a big auditorium. The escalator works. The teleprompter works. And the sound works. So, almost 41 years ago to the day, I flew as a payload specialist on the Space Shuttle Challenger. And that was before the accident, I might add. I have been asked whether I flew before or after the accident, believe it or not. It's called Mission 41G, and I spent 8 days orbiting the Earth. But actually, and especially in America, I'm known for something which is more interesting than that. And that is, it turns out I'm the first person ever to launch into space with a beard. And I think to this day, I'm still the only person to launch into space with a beard, and there's a big story behind that, and I'm happy to tell you later. But before I was selected, I was working in the astronaut office in Houston. You've got to be in the right place at the right time. I was working for the US Navy at that time, and I was working as an oceanographer. So on my flight, it was the first space shuttle flight that was dedicated to Earth sciences, and that's how I got the gig. But I did oceanography from space, the first person to do that. And most people don't realise that the ocean is actually a heat sink, and the ocean drives the long-term weather. So one of the things that I was able to do was I discovered that many parts of the world's oceans have spiral eddies. And so their dynamics they're smaller than the big eddies you see in the atmosphere. But in a sense, they control a lot of what happens in the ocean, and the ocean controls the atmosphere and the long-term weather. So people don't realise that if we're ever going to get net zero, we've got to look at the ocean. And then my path to space was followed just 12 years later by Andy Thomas, who I think you all know. He became the first Australian NASA mission specialist in 1983. He made 4 space flights, his first in 1996, and he became the first Aussie to do a spacewalk in 2001. So here I am today. I relish my role as an advocate for Australia's sovereign space industry. And just before I finish, I want to give a shout out to Roger, who will be after Catherine. We all stand on the shoulders of giants, but Roger Franson is a giant. He is the engineer who set up most of the space engineering in Australia, and you're about to hear from him. So once again, I'm Paul Scully-Power. I'm part of Australia's space history. Thank you very much.
I'm Australian astronaut Catherine Bennell-Pegg. As a young girl, I looked up to giants like PSP and Andy, hoping with all my heart that I too would have the chance to be an astronaut. It at times seemed like an impossible dream. Australia didn't even have a space agency. So, like many of my era, I left Australia to pursue a space engineering career. But the establishment of the Australian Space Agency in 2018 brought me home, and others too, many of you in the audience today. In 2023, I began basic astronaut training at ESA's European Astronaut Centre, and last year I graduated as the first astronaut under the Australian flag, which I'm very proud to wear on my shoulder here. Since then, I've been working with my colleagues to use the training to open doors for Australian scientists and engineers, and travelling around the country meeting young kids with that same wide-eyed optimism I had as a young girl here in Sydney, lying on the northern beaches, gazing up at the stars. And that is the power of space, and a dream, and I hope a reminder for all Aussies to strive for whatever their goal may be. I'm Catherine Bennell-Pegg, and I'm part of Australia's space history.
My early experience working in the United Kingdom and in Europe. And then I returned to Australia in late 1986, just as we were starting on a period of growth for the Australian space industry. I joined a company called Allspace, which was Australia's premier space engineering company at that time. And then I became its CEO in 1998. Among the many projects that I worked on with the Ozspace team were the along-track scanning radiometers for the European Space Agency remote sensing satellites, the Endeavour ultraviolet space telescope that flew on the shuttle twice on STS-42 and STS-67, and Australia's centenary satellite, FedSat, that was launched in 2002 on the Japanese H-2A rocket. These were just some of the highlight examples of Australian space capability. That period has passed, but today we're seeing a new growth in sovereign Australian space capability, and I'm proud to still be part of it. My name is Roger Franzen, and I'm part of Australian space history.
Hello from the International Space Station. I'm NASA astronaut Zena Cardman with my crewmate Mike Fink.
And we're thrilled that you're attending the 76th International Astronautical Congress in Sydney, Australia.
This year's theme at IAC focuses on space innovation and sustainability, and nothing exemplifies this better than the international collaboration to develop, maintain, operate, and use the International Space Station. November marks the 25th year of a continuous human presence aboard the station, hosting astronauts from 26 countries. More than 100 countries have participated in research investigations during its time on orbit.
As members of Crew 11, Zena and I joined the Expedition 73 crew last month for an 8-month mission. We're studying how to keep astronauts healthy during long space missions, develop new treatments for infections, produce stem cells in microgravity, and grow plants in space to support future exploration. How cool is that? Together, we're working on innovative science to help understand life in space and back on Earth.
The International Space Station serves as a springboard for developing a low Earth orbit economy and NASA's next great leaps, exploring the moon through the Artemis campaign and future Mars missions. Our achievements in space science and exploration will inspire future explorers in this new golden age of innovation and discovery.
So, from NASA to the global space community, enjoy IAC. We'll fly by and over again real soon.
You wanna get in? Wanna check NASA out? Now we come to the South African pavilion, South African National Space Agency. Sensor.
And I was at Virgin Orbit. Yeah. And I was at Department of Commerce.
Hi, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Good, good. Do you mind?
Let's walk around.
See.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Please, sit down.
including conferences, exhibitions, talks, open houses, quizzes, Bharatiya Antariksh Hackathon 2025, and ISRO Robotics Challenge 2025 have been successfully conducted. These activities reflected the diversity of the background and identity, each listing to infinite possibilities.
Journey into space research in the early 1960s, a time when satellite applications were still in the experimental phase globally. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, a true visionary of India's space program, firmly believed
Okay, let's. Yeah.
Just sign. Start here.
I'm not getting the. Iman this side. Yeah.
She wants to be part of it.
I'm trying. But remember.
But you are indeed part of it anyway.
She was the contact.
Yeah.
Yes, my brother. After a few months, you know,
this is happening.
You need to say some words before you.
This is happening.
Yeah, this is happening. You need to say some words.
That's exchange.
Let's exchange. Because you know in African traditions, the elders have the voice, you know. So you are, our big brother in space in Africa.
Right.
So I think you owe us some wisdom, you know.
I think that thank you, Dr. Zolana. I think we are leveling the ground. So sooner I won't be the big brother. We will be equals. But just to say that this could be an example to the rest of the continent. We've been struggling as a continent in working together. I'm saying to you, brother, let's lead by example. Show the rest of the continent that we can do this together. And we're hoping that we need to first start by focusing on the region, strengthen the SADC region, and I think as a region we can contribute quite significantly in the establishment and the implementation of the Pan-African Space Program. So I really appreciate the efforts that you've put. You've done bigger things than us now with SATCOM, and we need to learn a lot from you. But for us, we're very excited today. Thank you. And Prof is very excited. He's looking forward. But the core of what we're trying to do here is to build the industry as equals. And for me, that's critical that we've seen a lot of projects and initiatives coming to Africa, coming and going without any sustainability, and we want to change that because we want to truly transform the industry. And I think our agreement and our collaboration, it's one that is transformational. So thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So I think we invite all of you guys to join us in a big.
I've got something for you, my brother.
No, not this one, the special one for my brother. The special one, not that one. Come on. You know what we do in Africa. Deep. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Also bringing a special one. I brought you this special for you.
Special one?
Yeah.
All the way to Australia.
Yes.
From Africa.
From Africa.
Wow.
Thank you,
very much.
Yes. So now I think you guys can join us. Thank you. Yeah, we'll take a group picture. Looks like we still.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Bye. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, we're moving.
No one likes it.
And the next week, Friday, we will announce the startups, South African startups in Angola. We're moving. Yeah.
Professor, are you ready?
Yeah, Prof.
I'm emotional.
Ready and happy.
Professor is emotional.
Ready and able.
Say this happening.
Ready and able.
Yeah. Oh, do you know that's what I said when I appointed him the first time at the CSR? Yeah, when I called him as a young man there, he was a size 28. You know what a size 28 is? What size are you now?
30.
30.
Yeah, one size, two sizes lower. He came to the interview. You had an honors.
Yeah, honors degree.
Yeah. So we said after the interview, hey, this one is able.
It's able.
Yeah, that's what we said. Yeah, we said this one is able. So here we are.
Yeah. And
You know, at one stage he was trying to be my supervisor.
Oh, get this story. But you know, South Africa, I said you once, you remember the national conference in South Africa? I mentioned this. You guys should write a book article. How many people you guys train? I was trained in South Africa.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
You guys need to start writing these indicators, you know? We train A, B, C, D.
Absolutely.
This is the part. I just wanted to remind you this.
You're giving me that homework again.
Yeah. Booklet, you know? Yeah. I'm saying, with the vendor, you're saying,
So what our intentions now, we're going there, they've started a school of engineering. So we want to come up with a PhD program that's targeted.
That's it.
On area, and these are PhDs that are going to be aligned to our long space vision that we have in the country. That when you do that, you're going to build or produce a product that's going to go to the market. So you are going to be trained along or in alignment with our long-term space vision, so that you are relevant.
Yes.
You're not just graduating, but you're relevant, and you solve this problem for us.
Those are intentions.